Hey guys, welcome back, and I guess we made it to Friday. This is going to be a quick little video where we're going to show a very simple strategy that several of our members have had some really good success with. And anytime, that's the beauty of a community where people do, talk back to us and give us feedback on things that they're doing that maybe they got from somewhere else or that they tweaked on their own. And this is such a simple strategy. So before we get started, I want to make one quick announcement. So over the last 2 years, we offered a membership that you guys have always heard about, a lifetime membership, to Cruise Casino Mafia, our website, where we have a back end membership that now has over 700 pieces of PDFs, videos, money maps, everything possible that can help you to create your own game plan for playing profitably in the casino. Over 700 plus videos and PDFs. Well, we've done this as a lifetime membership. And you get access to everything that we've done that has been created for the private members. Over the last 2 years, we continue to create new things on a weekly and monthly basis that are delivered in a weekly Casino Confidential. We send out an email. You know that we have something new. You come back, you log in, and then you get the updated confidential with all the new video links on a regular basis. Well, this is coming to an end. All good things must end. And you asked us to bring it back about a month and a half ago. We did. And now it is time. So the clock is ticking. Probably no later than the 20th of June. We will no longer be offering lifetime memberships, any type of membership. So you're grandfathered in. Everybody that's already in, everybody that gets in now for that one-time fee. And by the way, you're also getting a huge benefit where you're going to get a discount. All of our members get a discount on the premium courses and systems and everything else that we release that cost money. All the members will always be getting discounts on those premium products. So this is coming to an end. This is your last warning. If you're not in the next week or so, it's over. The valuation of what you're getting and how quickly you can make that money back utilizing the information over the 700 plus systems and strategies is ridiculous. Most of our members tell us that they've made their money back very quickly, depending on how often you play and things like that, of course. But I wanted to give everybody advance warning. So we do have other things coming in the future that are going to be connecting to becoming a Mafia member, but they are not, I repeat, they are not going to give you access to our private library that we're talking about here. That is not going to happen. And those go back in the vault. All 750 of those will remain private only for the members that are in by the 20th. Okay, so that's the big announcement. So if you've been on the shelf, go over to cruisecasinomafia.com. You're going to click on any of these access links like this. And you're going to watch the little video, and here is the lifetime membership, which is going to be going away. And of course, the other products that are on this page are our pro-level systems, courses, and strategies. And by the way, these will continue to grow. There's something major coming in the next 2 weeks, but we'll talk about that very soon. And I will tell you that some of these products are special deals that were made with collaborators that are pro players. And these are not going to be here forever either. Some of these will be, and some of these, the deals that we had to make were that they were only going to be out there for a certain amount of either sales or a certain amount of time. So take a look at the membership and take a look at the products that are currently out there. And we have something that's coming that's our biggest course ever. And you're going to hear about that starting next week. And it is a monster for anybody that wants to take casino income to the next level. All right, so let's get back to a little bit of fun here. So this is one of the simplest systems that I've seen. It uses 4 double streets, and you're going to put $3 each on them. And I'm going to show you this real quick because it's real simple. And this is great for people that play on the electronic machines. And we have a lot of people that do that because your units can drop all the way from dollar base all the way down to 50 cents, and some machines quarter. So these are 3 units each, whatever your unit is. And by the way, our members have built up this system where they're not playing for $1 units. They're actually playing for $5 units now. Quick hits and get out. So here's your starting. Any 4 double streets, 3 units each. All right, red 12. That's a win. And when you have a win, it's up to you if you want to switch these double streets around or not. But you're going to simply rebet. Wow, back-to-back 12s. That's kind of crazy. So now let's take a look and see what we're up. We started with 2,500 here. You don't need that much bankroll if you're going to be playing the $3 units. I think probably about $800, $700, $800, $900 is probably more than enough, most likely. But you need to test this like everything else to determine what you believe the bankroll should be. So you're up 12 units right now playing dollar units. So times that by 5 and you'll see how fast our guys are making paychecks. So let's go back out again and we'll just switch it up this time. And we'll change up the double streets. And here we go. And if you ask me how many units I've been looking for, okay, that's a loss. I think it's a loss. Yep, that's a full loss. So let me show you how we handle the losses, and then we'll talk about profit targets, at least my profit targets. So these started as 3 units each, but when we have a loss, we're going to go up 4 units on each. Okay, so let's see what happens. Red 3, that's another loss. So we need to go up another 4 units. All right, that's a good one. All right, that's a good one. So that's a $66 total win on a $44 bet. And that puts us back over where we started and in profit, because here's $24.50. Actually, I'm sorry, it does not. It brings us back close to break even. So this is where your common sense comes in. Okay? Think about it for a minute. All right? This almost brings us back to break even. Many of the YouTube channels will tell you do another spin here to try to get back above and closer to where you are. I'm not telling you there's something wrong with that. But look at the bet that's out there already, right? If you want to do that, by all means, go ahead and do that. But we normally teach keeping things as tight to the vest as possible. So you know what I would do, right? I think we've gone up 3 times, I think. Something like that, right? Did we have 3 losses in a row? I think we did. Or it may have just been 2. I don't know. I think it's 3. So here's what I would do. My favorite choice anytime I'm playing where I've gone up a ladder, no matter what the strategy is or what the game is, I like to get back down and slide down the ladder as fast as possible. So this is what we can do. We can clear this to see where we're at. And in this case, we're only down $6. This system works pretty damn good. I would definitely go back to the base. Now, what if you are not comfortable going back to the base? You want to get back in profit. So what you could do is, instead of staying at that higher level, you could go up one level, right? So you could do as if you had lost once. So that would be $7 on each, right? So let's try that. So we're dropping down a level like this. Right? And then we need one more. Okay, so you see what I did there. I didn't stay up at the level we were at, but I did drop down a few levels. Okay? So you can do that or go back to the base. Red 27. See, that would have been much bigger of a loss for us. So now we're riding it up and down like a ladder. Now we do have to go up again, our 4 units. Remember, on a loss, you go up 4. I just want to show you guys that there's flexibility, like I always do. Okay, so you see where that we lost again. So where would we be if we just kept it at that higher level? Right? So let's go up again. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And by playing 4 double streets, you're going to have a few more losses. We showed a system recently when you played 5 double streets. Okay? So there's flexibility here. But the 4 double streets has worked out pretty well. And there you go. So you've got to just endure and figure out how to handle the recovery. That's always the question, right? People don't understand that because they watch these YouTube videos where that's all the person does is double and double and double until they blow up. All right? There's a lot more that you can do than doubling up. In our situation, we're going up by 4 units. But even after we get the win, if we're not all the way back, what do we do? You can still go back to the base, or you can drop down a level or 2. All right? So here we have 2392, and there's 60. We are not back to where we need to be, right? So in this case, you can do, again, make the decision, right? This is a pretty high bet level, right? This is a pretty high bet level. So you can do what I showed you before and drop down a few levels to protect yourself because you're going to get a bunch of wins in a row. And when you get those wins in a row, that's where it immediately comes back. So let's do that again. All right, so let's see where we're at. Look, that's all we're down is a little less than $50, right? If you continue to go down that rabbit hole, and let's say there's more losses coming here. Now you're putting stress on the bankroll. I'm not doing that like they do. All right? Now, would I go all the way back to the base here? You can do that. Or you can do what I've already shown you how to do. Right? Which is the original 3. Add another 4 is 7. You see how I'm laddering down? I'm not forcing myself to stay up there. And these other channels, I love what these guys do. Don't get me wrong. But they're so stuck on a rigid way of handling losses, it's ridiculous. You see how my bringing myself back down never puts any stress on the bankroll. The biggest bet we made was $60. This is a bankroll of, what did I tell you, $700, $800, $900? Somewhere in that range, most likely. I'm not putting pressure on the bankroll. Here we go. See? Another loss. So we're having a demo here that's not gone too well. And we just have to outlast it. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. Think about where we probably would be if we did what they do. And there's a win. All right. So let's reconvene again and see where we're at. Again, we're only down 50, and this is a pretty horrible demo if you want to know the truth, right? So let's go back and do it again. We're going to go back to that second level bet, right? The second level bet, the 4 and the 3, which is 7. Now, for those people that have zero patience, that's your problem, not mine. The only thing that I can do is show you how to play appropriately with proper money management, the way that I play, or would play this system, right? Make your own decisions. If you want to gamble, go ahead and gamble. That's not what I teach people. Here we go. Red 5. See? Another loss. Where would you be if you listened to Mr. Oh, let's just do another spin here so I can get up more money? Okay? You want to follow that guy? Go right ahead. Look where you would be right now. You'd be making bets in the hundreds right now. Your bankroll would have massive pressure. Have you seen any pressure? I haven't seen any pressure. So let's go up the 4 again. Here we go. Big deal. We're at a $44 bet. Red 12. There you go again. Right? So now, let's see where we are now. All right. We're still about $60 away. We're still short. Right? We're still short. So let's go back out and do it again. But instead of starting at the base, we'll start at that level 2, which is the 7. And we'll speed it up now so you guys can kind of see if we can come back. And this may be one of those sessions, by the way, that we would call it quits and say it's just not working for this session, even though we know this is a great system. Right? And it's no big loss. We don't ruin our bankroll just because of one little session. There you go. All right. So where are we at now? Okay, we're coming back. So now this time, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm not going to go back to the base. I'll stay at this level. Actually, yeah, I'll stay at this second level and we'll spin again. It's up to you. And it's a total loss, right? But the total loss happened at the $28 level. It didn't happen when we were betting 165. So let's just keep going. See how we've worked our way through a major problem? And we're still in line. We're not down hundreds and hundreds of dollars. There you go. There's a win. All right. So now we have a choice again, right? 404. Again, we're only down by like $50. Right? $50. You want to stay at the 44 for another spin? Or you want to go down? You know what I'm going to do. That's me. I'm going to go back to the 7 level. Use the bets as a ladder, people. You understand what I'm talking about? You don't have to, there's no, the rules are not written in cement the way they want you to believe that they are. Okay? Use it as a freaking ladder. I don't understand why that concept is so foreign to so many of these people. Red 12. Boom, there we go. All right? So where are we at? Where are we at? Right? We're still not at break even. We'll stay here. We won't go down. 17. It's a loss. Fine. Let's go up 4. So it's been a bit of a struggle. Another loss. Let's go up again. So this has been a difficult 15, 20 minutes. And another loss. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you now, right? This has been a losing session with this, unless you quit early on, right? And you weren't really up enough even for me to quit early on. All right, so now what you can do is you can increase your odds. Normally, you can get on and off the table with the 4 double streets. It hasn't happened in this session, right? You can keep increasing this number, or you can have a different recovery, right? You can have a different recovery. So let me show you what you can do. We're up to, let me see something here. I can't tell from that. Let me undo that. So what you can do is you can now add, you can make this money up slowly, option number 1, and you can go up one more time, right? I wouldn't go above that level. I'd probably make that my final level and then start making my money back by going back to level 2 and trying to slowly make it back. But here's the other option of what you can do. You can add the 5th double street, right? The 5th double street. Let me see how much. Hold on, guys. Let me do one thing here with the calculator so that I know exactly that I'm not making a mistake here. So we currently have a $60 bet divided by 4. So there's 50. How could that be? Oh, yes. Yes, that's correct. So that's 15 on each. So let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to add a 5th double street with the same amount. There we go. All right? And now our odds went up because we're adding the 5th double street. All right? So there we go. Now we can stay here with the 5th double street, right? And see if we can make our money back. Now, I'll tell you I would slide up and down even with the 5th one. That's probably what I would do. All right, so there you go. So we made more money again, right? Now, again, I'm not going to play with that. But understand that when I add in the 5th double street, at whatever level you say I've had enough, right? I've had enough. I'm going to add in the extra benefit of the 5th double street. I would do one spin at that level where the 5th double street is the same amount as the other ones. But because of being at the elevated level, if I still have to make back like we do, I would start dropping these, right? I would start shaving off so that I'm going down on my bet amounts. And the reason for doing that is like what we were doing before. If you run into another streak of losses, the increases that you would have to make are coming from a lower level. So you still have the 5th double street covered, which means you're going to get more hits, but you're also minimizing what potentially could happen by after wins lowering these and using it as a ladder, right? So let's just spin and see what would happen here. I'm not going to lower them because it takes too much time. All right, perfect. So let's drop this and see what happens. But do you see how I took that concrete, unflexible 4 double street system, turned it into more of a ladder with common sense, and then because this demo was going down the tubes, I had the flexibility to add in the 5th double street. So let's see where that brings us. We're still down, right? Look, we're still down. That's how bad the numbers have been. So guess what? Guess what? We're going to make this money back by doing what? By doing the 5 double streets. And we'll start by doing $5 bets instead of the 3 that we were doing, because we're going to hit more often anyway. So we're going to do something like this. Nobody wants to show these type of techniques because it actually takes more thought, and they don't think that you guys have the ability to comprehend. I don't believe that. I think you guys do have the ability to have common sense and be able to maneuver. Okay? I have more faith in you than they do. To be able to understand that there's flexibility in making money. There's flexibility in the way that you manage the flow during a session. It's not close your eyes and double up after every loss until you get back to session high. That's what they want you to believe. There's way more flexibility than that. Okay. Look, there you go. Let's keep going. All right, deal or win. Right? So let's go up again. And remember, I changed these now because we were down to being a base of $5 on the double streets because I'm getting more coverage. And I can afford to take a little bit more chance than the $3. Use your common sense. Have a plan. Red 27. There's another win. All right? We're still down. But does it look stressful to you at the moment? We shifted gears from 4 double streets to 5 double streets when we needed to. Right? Now, these are all at $10 each. It all comes down to how you want to recover. What type of stress you want to put on your bankroll. That's the way you should be thinking about everything. Now, do you want to stay at these $10 double streets? Are you comfortable with that? You are getting a lot of coverage. Or do you want to drop them back to the 5 and keep working your way back? Okay? That's up to you. There we go. Right? So we're working our way back from a miserable session. And it's up to you. When do you go back to the basics? That's your decision. That's going to be a loss, I think. Yep, there's a loss. All right. So you stuck your foot in the water one too many times at the higher level. And this is why you have to practice these things. Instead of just thinking everything is a 2-minute system, that you're going to run out the door and magically just martingale yourself and everything works out perfect. That's why you have to do what I'm showing you to understand what makes sense for you. Right? These numbers are not changing. It's the bet amounts and the number of double streets that you're playing. Okay? It's how you use, this is your trading vehicle. This is your asset class. If you look at it like Wall Street, right? This is your options market. It's the same thing. There are people that, are looking for a tiny gain and they're buying a ton of the same option. The same is like this. Then there's people that spread their money out and are looking for a big home run win from one of those options because they know the other ones are probably going to be dead. It's all flexibility, whether you're playing here or Wall Street or anything else. It's managing risk. So we started with 4 double streets with a very conservative $3 bet, right? We won a little bit, and then it started going south for us. We had a conservative recovery where we were only going up $4 on each. But we made the decision to jump back much quicker than staying at the same level, higher level, which made sense because what ended up happening was we had the rockiest ride you'll ever see with that many numbers covered. You could play this thing for days and never see what we had. That many dealer numbers and whack numbers. But it happened. And then we made the decision, what? We've had enough at that level. So we had the concept of being able to do something different than just continuing to go up $4 on each. We shifted gears and we switched to adding in a 5th double street to get more coverage. So I didn't want to confuse you earlier on. But if we would have added in the 5th double street a little bit earlier, right? And that's what testing is for. We probably never would have been in that trouble. You understand what I'm saying? So let's say that and I'll give you an example of this. Let's say that we are only going to go up the $4 increments, the 4-unit increments, no more than 4 times. Right? And I'm just stating that for you. You guys will have to test and see what you think. 4 times. All right? And if we hit there and we're still too far down to go back to the base, we won't just stabilize at that level. We'll add the 5th bet and move forward from there until we get back to where we want to go back and do the reset. There's so much flexibility here, people. It's not about playing a 4 double street system or a 5 double street system. It's not about this, I have to keep playing till I get to my session highs. I can't restart or go down the ladder. That's what a lot of them are showing you. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I'm so glad that we did not have a great session, because that's what all those channels do, is they magically show you that they made $300 in 2 minutes. What the hell are you learning from that? When it doesn't happen for you, you're stuck in the water. You have no idea what to do. None. You learn nothing. That's like the guy that shows you he's walking into the convenience store and he buys 1 lottery ticket. And the next day he shows you that he won the lottery. What? Is that the way the world works? Well, you know that's not the way the world works. But they want you to believe that that's the way roulette works and baccarat works and craps works. I don't play from the everything is rosy perspective from where I've come from. I want to see these sessions, because these are the sessions that teach you actual real recovery techniques and what you can possibly see a percentage of the time when you use a strategy. Yeah, I love all those sessions that I have with something like this, where I'm on the table for 5-10 minutes, I made 50, 75, 80 bucks, I'm done. I love those sessions. But I'm not going to show you those sessions all the time, because those sessions don't happen all the time. If you want to see that, well, you know there's a couple of roulette channels that show you that. They show you that. They're miracle laddering up, they're miracle martingaling nonsense, and every 10 minutes they're making $500. You can go watch that if you want. Or even when they show you reality, they're telling you they have a $800 bankroll and they're making $500 bets. Really? You're better off walking into the convenience store and getting a lottery ticket if that's the way you want to play. We use real money management, real techniques, and I believe everybody has a brain that can learn how to do the same thing that we do. I don't treat you like fifth graders. That's the difference. All right. You've learned a lot on this video. Practice it. Get comfortable with it. See how fast you can hit those $50, $60, $70 profit targets if you're playing with those starting $3 to $5, $3. They're $1 units, but we started with $3 on each of the 4. Later, we switched to a $5 unit in recovery, but that was when we were doing double streets. I've shown you a lot of stuff on this video. Write down the concepts, the possible recovery outlets, and practice it. That's how you learn a real strategy, not closing your eyes and doubling. We'll see you on the next video. We have a lot of stuff coming up for people that want to take casino income to the next level over the next 15 days. But I'm going to warn you once again, if you are not a full member of Cruise Casino Mafia's, the membership, it's going away. So if you want, it's time to get in now. It's one time, it's lifetime, and you're going to reap the benefits for as long as I possibly can keep doing this. That's all I can say. So I hope to see a lot of new members before we take it off the board. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you on the next one.